I know his title reign has gone a lot longer than some people might like to admit, but hear me out on this one. Hello, humans, and welcome back to another edition of the Retro Rumble, your one-stop shop for wrestling retrospectives. My name is Blake Spivey, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this, because we're not talking about the past, we're looking to the future. Here are my predictions for WWE WrestleMania 39. We begin with what we know will be a part of Night 1 of WrestleMania, starting with the United States Championship match pitting Austin Theory against John Cena. Theory's had the title for a few months now, and it seems that a clash with John Cena was inevitable, and it seems as of this recording, it will be kicking off Night 1 of WrestleMania. I do think Austin Theory's going to retain here, and that's my prediction. But the story of John Cena winning the United States title here and then dropping it at, say, the next Premium Live event has some history. You look back to 2017, Chris Jericho won the title at Payback and dropped it a month later at a time where nobody thought Jericho was going to win the title. Nobody expects John Cena to win this match, but if he did, it would cause for some serious headlines. But I'm going to say Austin Theory retains the title here. The SmackDown Women's title is on the line as Charlotte Flair defends against the winner of the 2023 Women's Royal Rumble match, Rhea Ripley. Now, this is the second WrestleMania encounter between the Queen and the Nightmare for a championship, with the first happening at WrestleMania 36 in front of a crowd of no one because that was during the dark times. Their first encounter was a banger, so I really hope that this match in front of a Hollywood crowd can deliver as well. This match is weird to predict for me. My heart says Rhea Ripley. It's her time, it's her moment. At the same time though, I look to the SmackDown Women's division where Rhea Ripley that is, being the only credible person on that division who could have won the Royal Rumble match. And it feels like the SmackDown Women's division is not being built up enough to have too many credible challengers for Rhea Ripley. So I feel like Rhea's coronation should happen once the division gains a little more momentum. So for right now, I'm going to say that Charlotte Flair retains the title at WrestleMania. One of two hoss fights on the WrestleMania card this year sees the Intercontinental Champion Gunther put the title on the line against Sheamus and Drew McIntyre in a triple threat match. McIntyre and Sheamus known as the Bang. Now, after putting on several wrestling clinics and classics with Sheamus, Gunther seems ready to move on, but both Drew McIntyre and Sheamus want that Intercontinental title. This has caused some tension between the two, which led to both of them simultaneously earning a #1 contendership spot at WrestleMania. Now, I predict that Gunther is going to retain here after Sheamus goes full heel on Drew McIntyre. This will cause even more of a rift between those two, start a feud there, and that means Gunther can finally move on to somebody that's not a member of the Brawling Brutes for the first time since seemingly September? A match nearly half a year in the making. Dominic Mysterio finally broke his dad, and Rey accepted his challenge to a match at WrestleMania. Now I'm predicting two things will happen with this match. First, Rey is going to win. Second, Dominic Mysterio will go full force on this heel persona and come out to lie, cheat, steal, riding a lowrider down to the ring. Just like the man who Dominic said he wished was his real father, Eddie Guerrero. You'll notice a few of these descriptions and predictions are kind of shortened, and that's because this WrestleMania is probably one of the simplest WrestleMania cards of all time. Almost all of the matches boil down to somebody earned a title shot, or there's a babyface and a heel, and they don't like each other. It's genuinely one of the more simplistic WrestleMania cards we've ever gotten. In what's billed as a men's showcase match, you've got the team of Braun Strowman and Ricochet taking on the Street Profits, taking on the Alpha Academy, and also the Viking Raiders. Now, these four teams don't really have a whole lot of animosity in between themselves other than a few brawls here and there, so there's not really a whole lot to talk about. I'm going to say that the Street Profits win in the end. The same situation applies to this women's showcase match, as Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan take on Natalya and Shotzi, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, and a fourth mystery team as of this recording. I'm predicting that Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler will win this match despite not knowing who the fourth team is, mainly because I want to see Shayna Baszler get a win at WrestleMania. Her first encounter against Becky Lynch at Mania 36 was one of the biggest drop balls in WWE Women's Wrestling history, and it's just never sat right with me. I think Shayna Baszler is well deserving of a WrestleMania win. For the first time since 2016, there will be a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania, as the feud finally comes to an end between Edge and the Judgment Day, with Edge going one-on-one inside the structure with Finn Balor. Now on the Go Home Raw before this recording, Finn Balor revealed that he would be bringing back his demon persona for the first time at WrestleMania since 2019. This will also be the first use of the demon character since Triple H took over creative. Now if you look back at NXT, check that video out if you haven't already, the demon was one of the better parts of that era of the black and gold. So using that here, hopefully we can get that magic back that the demon kind of lost, which eventually led to them stopping the gimmick altogether. I'm going to predict that Finn Balor wins the match after possibly the most brutal match on the entire night. Now everyone thought this match was going to be a joke. All the rumors pointed to Brock Lesnar versus Gunther at WrestleMania, but we're a few days out and it seems that it's happening. Brock Lesnar, in what might be his final WrestleMania match, is going one-on-one with Omos. MVP's latest charge is working his third WrestleMania consecutively with a 1-1 record so far. I know my friends are going to have a good time laughing and enjoying this match for what it is, but something just doesn't sit right with me that this might be Brock Lesnar's farewell WrestleMania match. I'm predicting Brock's going to win, but it just doesn't feel right that this could be his last one. Bayley returned at SummerSlam last year and brought Dakota Kai and Io Sky with her. Known as Damage Control, they seem to be stuck in a rivalry for a hot minute with Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka. Becky Lynch returned at Survivor Series War Games to help the babyfaces win that War Games match, and the feud shifted to Bayley versus Becky. A few weeks ago, Lita returned to action and teamed with Becky to take on Dakota Kai and Io Sky for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. With the help of Trish Stratus, Lita and Becky won the belts. And the feud kind of exploded further from there, and now here we are, as WrestleMania will see Trish, Lita, and Becky Lynch take on Damage Control in a 6-woman tag team match. It seems likely that the babyface team is going to go over here, but I really hope that Bayley gets that big singles match at WrestleMania that she's wanted and needed for so many years. But I'm going to say that Becky, Lita, and Trish will go over here tonight. Sami Zayn is arguably one of the 5 most over guys in WWE today, having gained a new cult following after being the lovable comedic relief in the Bloodline storyline. He had already had a huge cult following from the independent scenes leading to NXT leading to now, but his important babyface turn at the Royal Rumble really cemented his spot in the current WWE lineup. His tragic but inevitable loss at Elimination Chamber led to him being saved by his on-again, off-again friend Kevin Owens. They hugged it out on SmackDown a few weeks later, which led to them challenging the Usos for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships here at WrestleMania. This match is probably going to be one of the more emotional ones of the night, seeing as there are so many different layers to this match that could all come to head all at once. You've got the prospect of Sami Zayn and Jey Uso finally locking horns in an official match. You've got Owens and Zayn winning the titles to a huge pop from the WrestleMania crowd. And you've even got the unlikely but still possible scenario of Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn betraying the other like they have for so many years. But I don't think that's happening quite yet. My prediction is that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens finally win the big one at WrestleMania together, and they win the tag titles against the Usos here. Okay, Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. Now look, Logan Paul is not an attraction to me personally, but I can't deny that his presence on the WrestleMania card can help bring the eyes of many non-wrestling fans to WrestleMania, which is a good thing. However, I'd be lying to you if I said that I was excited for this match. I'm just going to pick Seth Rollins and move on. Asuka and Bianca Belair had been friends for a while, but after Asuka was removed from television for a bit and then returned at the Royal Rumble, she came back with a new persona, more akin to her days in Japan as Kana. Now, this new Asuka is kind of a different animal. And this different animal spews blue mist and not much else. Bianca Belair's chase to the Raw Women's Championship at last year's WrestleMania was probably one of the better stories of that year, and it led to probably the best overall match on last year's WrestleMania card with her against Becky Lynch. That title reign that Bianca started at last year's WrestleMania has gone all the way to now uninterrupted, a full year. But this hasn't shown the twists and turns that Roman Reigns' title reign has had, so I think it's time for Asuka to win the championship now, just to shake things up a little bit. The main event of Night 2 of WrestleMania is arguably the biggest WWE match in years. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Now Cody won the Royal Rumble match and earned this title shot. It's as simple as that. Roman Reigns has been Universal Champion for nearly 1,000 days, with a full year of that as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, having beat Brock Lesnar in a unification match last year. I think that this match will be the best match on the WrestleMania card. On a card where a lot of different matches have potential to steal the show. And if it isn't obvious enough, I'm picking Roman Reigns to retain the championship. Now, I know his title reign has gone a lot longer than some people might like to admit, but hear me out on this one. With Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens winning the tag titles earlier in the night, the Usos returned to the Tribal Chief empty-handed. Reigns, at his most vulnerable point, tells the Usos that they're pathetic. Why am I the only one carrying any weight around here? Why am I the only one that can consistently win? Why am I the only one who cares about this family? This will eventually lead to the match between Reigns and Cody will put up a good fight, but like Cesaro, Edge, Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn before him, he will fall to the Tribal Chief at WrestleMania. The next night on Raw, Roman Reigns will continue to chastise his family, saying that he's the only one who cares about the legacy of the bloodline anymore. This will eventually lead to the Usos turning on Roman Reigns, which could lead to Reigns dropping the title to one of the Usos, or Solo Sikoa, or somebody else in the bloodline, or somebody, even Cody Rhodes again, down the line. Now, as for Cody Rhodes, I do think he should win the WWE Championship. I think he should win it this year, but not right now. I think the story of Cody Rhodes gaining all this momentum in WWE so fast, all the way to immediately winning the Royal Rumble match in his first outing back, all the way to headlining WrestleMania in his first WrestleMania back, just to not get there quite yet, is a brilliant and emotional story that fans will latch onto and carry Cody Rhodes to that inevitable title win. You know, you look at the NXT journeys of Sami Zayn and Johnny Gargano as templates. Having a long, stretched out chase to the title is far more rewarding than having him immediately come back and win the gold. Well, folks, these have been my predictions for WrestleMania 39. What do you think is going to happen at the show? Better yet, what do you think is going to happen on the Raw after WrestleMania? Leave a comment and let me know. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you'll know when my videos post. My next video will be my review of WrestleMania 39 once we're all on the other side of this. But until then, enjoy WrestleMania.